bear is still living out the whole President's Day theme, still here at Mount Rushmore, enjoying the sights with the cubs, or at least reliving the sights with the cubs. Yeah, believe it or not, the bear actually took this picture. Yeah. And I think with a cell phone of all things, it's amazing what you can do with cell phones these days. The camera in these things are getting just incredible. I actually wanted to get one of those, the Apple iPad Pros, but wow, they're stupid expensive. So anyway, oh, look who we got here. Dreaming, Joel. Did this just start? It did. It did start. How you doing, Gary? Let's put the live stream up, shall we, guys? Poof, there it is. How's everyone doing today? Tonight, even. Wisconsin. Hey, the Cheeseheads are in the house. No offense, the Bear's a big cheese fan. Just wondering when all the Texans are going to roll in again. He's off today, gets to watch it. Michael from California. Yeah, I escaped California. Actually, we were just there last weekend. In Southern California, for one. Inside track, is it worth it? You know, you can do the inside track stuff for free if you really want to hunt it down. All you need are the coupon codes themselves. If you got a friend who has one, you can get your hands on one of the flyers. Honestly, I pay for it because it's just easier for me to get the flyers directly. So I do have them. And I do think I easily, I guess I could, spend the time and effort, but the question is, how much is your time worth? Is it really worth that much of your time to go and hunt down each one of the codes from somebody else who has one? 6 p.m. from Iowa. Go Hawks. Oklahoma, Florida. Somebody said they were from Central Florida. A Bears fan. The Bear? I'm a Bears fan. I'm a Cubs fan. I used to even be a Blackhawks fan, but, I sold out and I've gone all Vegas. Go Knights. Oh, Plattsburgh. I almost said Pittsburgh, Missouri. Plattsburgh, Missouri. I wish, the Bear missed out this weekend. We were in SoCal doing the Kaiser Permanente thing for the youngest cub. He's got a juvenile arthritis. Man, his knees, they will just swell up to the size of a softball. Poor little guy. It's a horrible thing to see. And they're over there trying to do an MRI. And, God love Kaiser. They do the MRI and then realize we just got a call yesterday saying, oh, we either did it too soon or too late and it didn't work. And we're going to have to take him back down there to do the whole thing all over again. Anyway, the whole point was we spent the whole weekend doing stuff with Kaiser, and I missed out on the Harbor Freight sales. Vancouver Island. Wait, your name's Lawrence, right? You don't work with me, right? The Bear, back when he was doing video game stuff, we had a branch in, and I think it was Vancouver Island, Victoria City or something like that. We had we had a few people over there that helped out, Go Cubs. Yeah, man, it was a wonderful day to see the Cubbies win it all finally. Hemet, California. I know where Hemet is. Louisiana. Oh, I bet it's nice and warm down there. Thanks a lot, Edge. Yeah, you know what? He's a real trooper, though. We have to give him 2 shots every week, and the first week was really bad. It was hard. He was crying and bawling. I had to give him the shots last night. He hopped up. He's like, woohoo, shot time. I think maybe he's a little demented by now. There's a reason we call him the Goblin. That's medical practice. Yes, for sure. All right. I don't know why it doesn't. Burlington, New Jersey. Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Wow, we're all over the place today. Too warm. Record 85. Woo. It was freezing here in Vegas last night. 6 months from now, I will be sweating 120 degree heat, so I shouldn't complain. All right, I'm just gonna get this out of the way now, so I don't have to sit there and I hate, for those of you who saw the video on the members only. For those of you who didn't get it, that was tongue in cheek, just trying to rephrase the whole help out the channel kind of thing. Basically, I don't like begging for money, but it's this is what I do full time now, and I want to be able to go out and pick stuff up and review it for you, and I just can't afford to go out and buy new tools every week. Not if I want to stay married. So that's the whole proposition here, is the money that goes in the channel allows the bear to go out and buy new stuff. Like I want to pick up that new the new miter saw, the Hercules one that's coming out, but $400 even when it's on sale. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be that great a saw. It's not something I'm particularly looking forward to, but that's a big market move for Harbor Freight, and I think we should take a look at it. Anyway, that said, Joel just beat me to it. I was going to say, Super Chat. Joel Perez in with the Super Chat for $1. For those of you who don't know, Super Chat is a way for you guys to donate directly to the channel when during these live streams. I don't know how it works on the mobile, but usually there's like a little icon somewhere. It looks kind of like a dollar bill, at least on my system here, and allows you to donate directly to the channel here. Comes up, shows up like Joel's comment there. And thanks a lot, Joel. I really appreciate it. You guys rock. All your supporters, all the people who've given to Patreon. Wow. You guys have really blown me, my family away. We're amazed. Urban Cabin Life. I love the name. Do you have a channel or something? I love the name of that. It always makes me like urban camping or something. What's this week's theme? I don't have a theme this week other than I was going to try and recap the whole members only thing. But I tried to do a theme last week and nobody wanted to go along with the theme. So I just go with whatever you guys want to talk about. Yeah, sure, no problem. And if you guys, if we want to do a meetup here in Vegas, if you're in town, it's a good reason to come to Vegas. But, no, if we get enough people together, we'll go out and have a drink. We'll do a Bourbon and the Bear meetup. Well, I'm better looking than Chucky. I mean, it's all in the fur, right? Yeah. Look at that profile. It's majestic. I should be up there on the rock with the other presidents. In fact, I'm thinking about doing the Bear for President channel where I can just rant about all the stuff going on every day. Yeah, I would imagine chanting on mobile is a real pain in the wazoo. 25 degrees in Wisconsin. Yeah, you should come here and visit. I'm not going up there. Hitch up the trailer, you'll be down. You'd love to see a small system of what? I don't get it. I must have missed a comment somewhere. Trying to look through the comments here. I don't know. Anyway, so does what happened in Vegas stay in Vegas? Yeah, as long as Vegas PD doesn't get involved. Yeah, as the old saying used to go, vote now, vote often. Oh, solar system. That makes more sense. 11 degrees with ice in Iowa. And that's why when my family and friends from Iowa ask, when you're moving back, I say, no, that's not happening. Yeah, it rained all day, and then it freezes at night, and the next day, everything's a hockey rink. 2 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, well, let's talk about tools, man. So one of the things that's been going on, a lot of people made these comments, especially when I put that Bauer drill in there as being one of the top new 10 tools, is a lot of people didn't get it. And I'm not saying that the Bauer drill is a great drill to get. What I was saying was it's a great drill for being how cheap it is. At that $50 range, which is when it goes on sale and such, you're in the realm of Black & Decker and some of the house brands. All right, your Ryobi, which is usually considered the basement model, Ryobi is OnePlus. They really upped their game, but that also caused them to up the price, which means that your basic Ryobi drill driver is around $100 to $120. Even when it's on sale. Sometimes around the holidays, you can find a combo kit that'll put the two items together, which is great. But the reality is you can't pick that up except, again, around the holidays or when it just happens to be on sale. Whereas this Bower you'll be able to pick up for $50, fairly often. And at that price range, for something like I said, like something for the cub that I'm worried he's going to destroy or lose or something, or if I had a workplace where I knew lots of people were going to be using it and abusing it and it might grow legs and walk off, or a truck, kit, or I explained to one guy, like I used to sail a lot and saltwater just eats power tools. I said it eats them like a Scooby snack. And you don't want to come out and find your DeWalt all green with corroded parts. That's $150, $200 down the drain. $50 on that Bower. If it dies, just go buy another one. No, I didn't get any deals on President's Day. I was at Kaiser at the hospital watching them scan the cub just like a Xerox. Great impact. What impact driver? Man, the rigid impact drivers are really good. They're new. Their high-ender one, the one that's got the liquid. Lots of people like it, and it wins lots of awards. It does a great job. I tried it. If you saw my video on testing drill drivers and impact drivers, it did just fine. I didn't like the feel of it. It felt real twisty in the hand. I like the Cobalt, the 24 volt. It's got the extra power and it just zipped right through things. I thought it was great, and you can pick those up on sale for pretty cheap. But now, granted, then you're tied into that whole Cobalt system. Rigid makes a non-liquid version that's also quite good, and then you're also along with the the Rigid system where you got the lifetime warranty on everything. I find it real hard in most cases not to recommend the Rigid system, and I don't even have Rigid tools anymore. So, that says something. And the only reason I don't have them is because someone gave me free Cobalt stuff and I got suckered into that. Hot here in Northeast Alabama. I bet. Cannot buy a battery for $50. On what system are you talking about? Yeah, the wife knows better than to throw away my catalogs. I usually get them stacked up on the corner of my desk. Harbor Freight clamps. There are some great ones. The quick release bar clamps, the ones where you twist to tighten, those are great. The ratchet style ones are pure junk, and I know I learned the hard way with those. The two problems are that the ratchet always isn't, it's kind of digital as opposed to analog, and you quite often get in a situation where one click is not enough, but 2 clicks is too much, and so you don't get the tightness you need. And the other thing is that if you do try to ratchet them down, you end up stripping those plastic gears. So stay away from the ratcheting ones. The bar clamps are tops. $100 CNC machine. Who's selling a $100 CNC machine? I've got the X-Carve. And I got the big boy, the 3 foot by 3 foot one. And actually, I'm thinking about expanding that. Actually, no, what I'm thinking about doing is using that. You ever heard of the, was it Open Builds CNC? I'm thinking about building one of the ox ones and doing a 4x8 so I can put full sheets of plywood in it. Half-inch drive cordless impact. Yeah, I think the Rigids, they have a half-inch, don't they? Now you make me doubt myself. Don't make the bear doubt himself. Hold on, I gotta check now. 1/2 inch. Oh yeah, those. Yeah, on eBay you could pick up the a rigid half-inch for just over $200, and I think that's going to get you a lot more miles than that one from Harbor Freight. I'm not sure what the actual sale price, because people like to compare the list price at Harbor Freight versus the, you know, price of a brand X and say, oh, the Harbor Freight sucks. Yeah, but come on, guys. None of us ever buy at the full price. We always wait for the sale price because you know it's going to come around in a week or two. Like, Harbor Freight has... What do I think about Craftsman stuff? Craftsman has... Well, as far as hand tools, they've always made great hand tools. The power tools are just like everything else at Sears. They're someone else. They're just rebranded product made by somebody else. They're famous for selling the Emerson saws and stuff for a long time. And in fact, Stanley bought the rights to the Craftsman name. In the next 3 years, Craftsman's going to be phasing out and becoming Stanley Tools, and you're going to start seeing it all over the place. So Sears had to liquidate to make some money to stay afloat in the days of Amazon killing off the retail, and Craftsman was the one that got tossed overboard, which means it's going to become a zombie brand, and it's just you're going to see that name slapped on a bunch of stuff. I hope they do quality stuff with it, but we'll have to take a wait and see on it. Are we going to do wood or metal? I want to get into metal, but I don't have that much room in the shop right now. I've got the Shopsmith, and that does wood stuff. So, but eventually I want to start doing some metal lathes. They have one that does a 12-foot length CNC. You say they? Who's they? Are you talking about Open Builds? $1,800. Yeah, there's a lot of CNC stuff out there, and maybe the Bear should do a CNC buyer's guide. Guys, CNCs are great tools for doing builds, especially if you're going to be doing repeatable cuts on stuff. We're actually the family's talking about doing building a boat project. As I say, I used to sail back in the day, and I know we're here in Vegas and stuff, but there's a style of boat that's based off of a Polynesian catamaran. And the cool thing about it is it breaks down super easy because the struts that hold the two pontoons together, they're just held together with lashings, and it's specifically designed to be broken down, stuffed into two shippable seagoing cargo containers, and you can ship it anywhere. And so we're thinking about working on one of those as a family project, and then shipping it down to the Caribbean, flying down there and spending our summers island hopping. But if wishes were fishes, We'll probably start out in Lake Mead just to get the whole family up to speed. Yeah, the Harbor Freight is really pulled back on the 20% off coupons. They brought it back for the holidays, but I don't think it's going to be a regular thing like it used to be. The Earthquake XL is not worth the price. The Delta wood tools, I think they're overpriced. I don't think that there's a specific Delta tool out right now. They've gone more high-end commercial, and all the consumer stuff is just it's not good quality. It's missing a lot of the features. For a bandsaw, I'd go with a Grizzly. For a table saw, I'd go. Well, for a table saw, I would go with a Delta. It's one of the few table saws you can buy at a retail store. For channel locks, I might actually get a name brand. Only if it was on sale. The nice thing about the Harbor Freight ones is if they break, you just take them back and they replace them. It's like the old Craftsman. They've got the lifetime warranty on them. Channel locks are one of the things that tongue and groove that if they wear out, and if you put too much pressure on it, you can start really chipping away at the tongue and groove on there, and you can wear them out pretty quick if you're not careful about it. But, the thing is, as much as you're going to pay for the actual channel lock brand or a higher end brand, the Harbor Freight one, you just walk in, throw it on the counter and say, I'm getting a new one. They're like, okay, whatever. Chillicothe, Ohio. I got the biggest speeding ticket of my life in Chillicothe. Congrats on the Harbor Freight store, though. That's awesome. Power inverters, bad power inverters. Do not buy the power inverters. Shapeoko is supposed to be a good CNC router. Yeah, the guys actually who did the the X-Carve, the one I have, they are a splinter grip that spun off from the Shape Oko. But the Shape Oko is, I would look at open build CNC. You get way more for your buck, and they're bigger and they're beefier. And I guess I'm gonna have to do a video on it, and I'll tell you why. I like my X-Carve, but it was the first big one, at that price and stuff. But yeah, sine wave inverters are good. Yeah, that's the other thing. We're going back to the inverter thing. If you've got to, you gotta look at the electronics you're going to use and figure out if they need full sine. And if they need full sine, make sure you get a full sine wave inverter. Is the 21-gallon compressor good enough for air tools? Impact, nailer, spray painter, etc. Impact and nailers are... impact takes quite a bit of air. Nailers does not take much air. Spray paint's kind of in the middle. So it will do those, depending on how much quantity. There's a whole cubic foot per inch based off each tools. There's a chart. Maybe I should put it up on my website. They'll really tell you how much what top peak PSI you need, and flow through rate. Is that the word? That's not the exact technical term they use for it, but CNC Carve-Right 3D Rock. I've never even heard of that. So let me look that up. CNC Carve, W-R-I. CNC Carve-Right. Wow, that looks like a planer. Create anything with a Carve-Right 3D card system. And tell me that doesn't look like one of those lunchbox style planers. It's $1,900. No. It is. It's somebody took the frame for a planer. It even has the height adjustment thing there, and turned it into a CNC. I'd be interested to see more about how that works. Hold on, I'm missing some comments here. Simon to most Harbor Freight. Glad to talk to you about that. Thank you. Yeah, sorry about the inverters. They're not. I've seen so many of them returned. So many problems. Any info on converting a column mill to three-phase with variable frequency drive? Dude, that's a whole subject in and of itself. And it's not something I've done personally, so it's not something I can really talk about. But yeah, there's a lot of conversion stuff that people do with mills. Mostly I've seen like CNC kind of stuff, but I don't have any experience with three-phase conversion. And most 220 stuff I've seen is single phase. So that I'm just saying that I've personally have been involved with. Mid-March, yeah, I'm looking forward to that mid-March one also. As I said, they do them about every 3 months, every quarter. I think it has to do with their fiscal quarter, so they're trying to up their sales at the end of every fiscal quarter. Planers, what would I buy? Well, I bought a used Shopsmith, and mine came with a planer, and it's a pretty decent planer actually. I need to clean it up, tune it up, and everything. But if I wanted a good high quality one, I hate to say it, but I go with DeWalt. The DeWalt planers are just heads and tails above everyone else. Harbor Freight battery chargers, any good? I've used the small ones like for like the AA, AAA kind of stuff. Usually I just buy whatever's cheapest online for that kind of thing. I find that they have not the greatest life expectancy, and not that they die, just they get lost around the house. Somebody takes them somewhere and I never see them again. Going to use 40 cabinet for a battery backup for the 2K system in building. Wow, I want to see a picture of that. That'll be quite a setup. Man, don't wire yourself to that box though. 12 lunchbox CNC, but can take 12 feet of wood. 12 feet, huh? Yeah. Anyway, no. Yeah, that's the pass-through kind of thing. That's the same line that, whatchamacallit, the Glowforge guys were pushing. And yeah, it's because of the style, but still, I gotta see what it can do and what its depth capabilities are. Gear 23, no stick smartphone. The only 220 is my, yeah, I'm kind of in the same situation. One of the reasons I sold my welder was in this house we're in, the only 220s in the laundry room. And since it's a rental, we're getting our feet on the ground here in Vegas. I didn't want to buy just yet. So, yeah, I'm not going to be adding 220 to their box here. 18-inch 12-speed drill press. $109. 18-inch. Who has an 18-inch 12-speed drill press for $110? That sounds like a great deal. I bought the 17-inch drill press, and I paid $125 as an open box item from Harbor Freight. I love that thing. I think everyone needs a good floor standing drill press in your life. AV has a video that talks about a device to use your single phase power and make it into 3-phase for any type. Yeah, I have seen those. All right. And I haven't seen his video, but I have seen the schematics for the single phase to 3-phase. When I was looking at possibly, this is back in my old house, I was putting in 220, and somebody was selling some 3-phase power tools for dirt cheap because, and the reality is you can often pick up 3-phase tools for cheap because so few people have 3-phase power. And I've seen the box that they use, and it's really dependent on the tool that you're going to be running off of it because it's not delivering the 3-phase power the same way that a standard 3-phase circuit would. It's doing some funky math, electronic stuff, and I seem to remember there's something about the sine wave on it and how it comes out that makes it a little bit funky. I could be mixing it up with something else, but basically what I found was I was looking at a table saw, and something that runs constantly at high power, it's not a good solution for, but stuff that runs short term at medium to high power, medium power or low power, low torque basically, that they're fine for that. So like for a drill press, it'd be great. But if you've got like a table saw or like a bandsaw or a lathe or something like that's going to be running and just keep running and running, that they're not a good solution for that. That's what she said. Yeah. Any outdoor projects other than the trailer? I got one actually in the bag that we did last spring, and I've been holding off to push it. It's not probably one you guys are going to be all that interested in, really. It was a project I did with the Cubs. They had they've been doing some stuff at school about ecosystems, and they wanted to build a pond, and so we took this ceramic, it's like a 5-gallon ceramic jar thing, and we made a self-sustaining ecosystem with no pump or anything else, and we filled it with fish, and we filled it with water plants and snails, and we're able to balance out so that it would manage itself. And I'm going to be posting a video here. I'm just waiting for spring to come around so people will be in the gardening pond kind of thing. But that's pretty much the only spring type project I have in mind. If you guys have something you want to suggest, let me know. I'm always looking for new projects. What's up, Katie? 10-inch drill press. I'm not a huge fan. $110 for a 10-inch drill press. I don't see a great deal of use in the 10-inch over the 8-inch. If it was a used, like an old Daytona or something like that, that was a really high quality one, and you're getting a deal on it, sure, why not? If you haven't already have the 8-inch drill press. But that's basically what I have in my shop is I have an 8-inch drill press and I have my 17-inch drill press. I don't see much of a need for anything in between. Yeah, Gary, that's what I heard, is you have to have it different for every single tool. Come on, my animation's kicking me here. You just need to know what VFD. Now, VFD is a whole nother thing. And then there's some tools that don't work well with VFDs. On video on 1-phase and 3-phase. That's a good idea, Dave. There's a lot of guys, as I said, you can pick up a lot of, 220 tools cheap because shops are getting rid of them. They're upgrading. And most homeowners don't have 220, so they can't buy them. You'll see a lot of like Delta Unisaws, which are just a beast of a saw for what, $500, sometimes less, because they just can't sell them. Mick lives in Ireland. Wow. A few of the Pittsburgh flights, they're good, but cost a fortune with postage. Oh my God. I think the cost-benefit value for Harbor Freight probably dies right at the border when it comes to shipping stuff to Ireland. Up in Canada they've got the what is it? Oh, I can't remember, something tire, Queen's Tire, something like that. Princess Tire, that's it. I'm pretty sure. They don't have anything like that over on the Emerald Isle. Do you use seafoam in your car? No, I do not use seafoam in my car. Hold on here. I don't use... That's one of those additives, right? Yeah, motor treatment. I don't use those in any of the newer vehicles. I never use additives in my new vehicles, especially these days, because everything is... It's not like back in the day when there was all these wide variances and stuff. If you notice, like, look at how long it is between oil changes. It used to be like every 2,000 or 2,500 miles. And I've got cars now that say like 10,000 miles for an oil change because the variances are so tight. So, variances, anyway. Now, once something starts getting old and crotchety, that's when I'll start looking at fuel additives. Take a bath in seafoam. Northern Tool. I know. I got to do Northern Tool. Canadian Tire, Princess Auto. I was close. I might have been mixing them up a little bit here. I don't get up Canada way very often. You have to get the flex heads, and they were out. That's funny you mentioned that. I've been noticing some stuff, that's been missing here and there. Maybe, I don't know if it's an issue with their supply chain or just big sales or something. I'm really kind of worried because somebody said that they're replacing the 12-inch sliding miter saw, the Chicago Electric, with the Hercules. Now that's going to be a huge price jump from a $130 saw to a $400 saw. It's a cleaner, works like a charm. So do you use that on your newer vehicles? I am reticent on the newer vehicles. Once the warranty's out, I can start not worrying about playing with it, but I always wait till the warranty expires before I start doing goofy stuff with my cars. Bad Harbor Freight. Bad. Yeah. I know they need to remember where their core customer base is. Extra mileage oil. I have used that. I used to commute 2 hours each way. I used to live in the Central Valley and commute into the Silicon Valley area, and I had a hybrid. I still have it actually, but I would use extra the high mileage oil again because I was at high mileage. Close to 200,000 miles. Actually, now I'm just over 150,000 miles on that car, so I was well over the factory warranty at that point. Home Depot versus Lowe's. Yeah, I could do one. I've done a best of Home Depot and I've done a best of Lowe's, but it would be kind of good to do a video that explains the difference, the what you go to Home Depot for versus what you go to Lowe's for. '03 Honda Shadow Ace. Is that a motorcycle? Yeah. I'm sorry, I was confusing it with the Polaris Ace. My oldest keeps showing me ads for the Polaris Ace. He wants me to buy him one. Like the bear's gonna, as poor as we are these days, and he wants me to spend $14,000 on a single-seater off-road quad thingy. I mean, hell, they look like fun. But if I'm buying one, it's for me, not for him. Did a gator hoist in your... Man, I think everyone needs to get a hoist in their garage. They are priceless, man. I've got one, the electric hoist that does, I think it's 220 also. And I've used that for all sorts of things. I wish I had the whole one, like the one that Harbor Freight sells with the, not the hoist, but what do you call it, the transom thing. I want to get that, the I-beam. If you haven't seen some of the crap Chinese tools we have here, Snap-on or German are good. The rest of the companies, Draper, Sealy, Record, have all sold out, and even Tangs. Yeah, you know, a lot of things got so pricey in Europe. A lot of them became, you know, again, like zombie brands. If you saw the video I did where I was talking about the planer I had a combo planer, thicknesser planer, and that was, I can't remember the name of it, but I think it was Sealy. It was a European import that somebody had brought over, and you just never see them here. That was a great tool, but yeah, you don't see them much anymore. 92-piece tool set. The according was that just you bought one? $228 on a Chevy Colorado or Chevy Silverado. Yeah, that's the thing about American cars. They say that they're not good. The thing with American cars is you just stay on top of the service. As long as you do the tune-ups and the service and fix them as soon as they start squeaking or making noise, they'll run a long time. That's part of the benefit of that, the wide variances there. Yeah, I saw that footage of the deer running through the school. He looked scared as all hell. Looks like a Harley fat boy. Yeah. Oh, has anybody heard the problems that Harley's having? Oh, Harley's in trouble, man. They had to shut down at least one of their plants. Prius Mafia. Oh. No, I had a Hyundai. It looks like it's like the size of a full-size sedan. That thing was nice. Comfortable. Never catch the bird opening my gate. I paid him off. I went out there, cut out a bunch of string left on the bush, and he never bothered my gate again. But anyway, yeah, I was saying Harley is having a problem because millennials, they're too cheap. They don't have jobs and stuff, so they're not going to spend 30, 40 grand for a full boat Harley. They're going to buy the Suzuki or the Kawasaki lookalike and be just happy with it, in their hipsterness. And honestly, I don't blame them. I'd like to have a Harley, but I like things that start when I turn them on, and I like things that when I put oil in it, the oil stays inside of them. And I don't see the value proposition in spending $40,000 on a motorcycle. That's more money than I spent on my pick-em-up truck. Yeah, Snap-on. Always love. Every time I see Snap-on, I think of that meme that went around with the rape van, and it was a picture of a Snap-on van. Good for boat tanks. That's an interesting idea. Maybe for on my boat when I build it. Oh, the serpentine. Oh, that's always fun. Let's see. I just missed a comment there. Just a second. Let me catch up. Why do they always do that? It always goes way too far. Their whole life. Oh, by Draper. Yeah, a lot of these, they're all cheaping out. It's corporate. That's what happens when things go corporate. Once you get a corporation, you have to basically legitimize yourself every quarter, and there's no long-term forethought anymore once you're a corporation. I bought a tool set. Grade sets start when you turn them on. Yeah. I bought my O2 out the door, $7,400. Yeah. Oh, the Bluetooth scanner. Yeah, you know, I should have. That's the other thing. I can't find my Bluetooth scanner. It's, you know, I said we moved back in December, or was it November? End of November, beginning of December. So it's in. I thought it was in one of the vehicles. I was looking for it. It might be in the RV actually, which is at the dealership right now, getting tuned up and getting some stuff fixed on it. Let's see here, Bluetooth OBD2 scanner. Yeah, let's see if I can put this up here real quick. Come on, it's going to be... Sorry, guys. I should have had this set up ahead of time. So that's what it looks like. Looks like that little bit right there. It's just a little gray box, and it plugs in, and you connect via your phone via Bluetooth to it. You see, the Walmart says they have them for $11. I don't think you're gonna find it in a Walmart store. I think it's one of those vendors selling through Walmart. So the cool thing with that is you can use this this thing called Torque on your phone, and they have a free version and a pro version. So you can actually see live, up-to-date information. You could change the gauges that it shows and everything. And they even have a feature to do HUD, and it reverses, so you can put like the speedometer on it. You reverse the image, you toss your cell phone up on the dash, and it reflects off the windshield. And so when you're driving at night, I would, like when I would do my commute coming home, I would turn off all the lights on the interior dash, and I would just have that HUD going, and that's all I needed to see. So I didn't have to, have any other input. It was a lot more relaxing, and driving, especially when there's traffic and stuff, it's easier to see. Don't worry about the glare from everything else. So and then once I find it, once I'll probably go pick up the RV, I'll do a review of it. It's a great little tool. Best tool I bought from Northern Tool. I haven't bought anything. We're talking to somebody else because I haven't bought anything from Northern Tool. I'm not up north. They're just not out west out here. I still got to make a run over to Tractor Supply and do a Tractor Supply video. Harbor Freight extended warranty on power tools. You know what? I don't buy extended warranties almost ever. And the reality of it is that unless you are expecting, in some case, for that tool to die, then there's no reason to buy the extended warranty. And if you're expecting the tool to die, then maybe you should be buying a different tool. The only time that would make sense is if you expect it to die, they're going to keep replacing it. It's a good company to work with, in which case Harbor Freight might be the one to do it. But I honestly, I've never had a Harbor Freight tool really die on me except for that circular saw, and I honestly really abused the hell out of it. And it's you got to understand what they're designed for. One of the biggest things that people have a problem with is how long they're meant to run for, and they run them too long. They'll run them for 20 minutes straight when it's only designed to run for 10 minutes out of every 30 minutes or such. Troy-Bilt. I haven't dealt with Troy-Bilt in a long, long time. Hey, sorry to do it, but I'm going to do one more reminder. Remember, guys, you can throw out a tip to the bear via Super Chat. Come on, be a supporter. Be one of the members only. Or you can go over to Patreon and join the club for $1 a month. Seriously, it's $1 a month, guys. Don't make the bear beg. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program here. Their dog food is cheap. Oh yeah, it is. We feed the the Labradog, what do you call it? IAMS, and that stuff can get kind of pricey. Angle grinder to chop saw adapter for $20. To chop saw? Are you talking about the little guide that you mean more like a circular saw? Because I've seen an angle grinder miter kind of thing on it that looks like you could turn it into a mini circular saw. But a chop saw would be like a static kind of thing where you can just pull it out. Because if they have that, I want to see it because that sounds pretty cool. What's a HUD thing? Do you know what HUD, heads up display? So it puts the display on your cell phone. You lay your cell phone up on your dash right in front of you, and it reflects off the windshield. And the program was called Torque, Torque, I think. Please show link. I can't. It's an Android thing. I don't know if they have it in the Apple Store, but just go to the Android store. Review the Hercules angle grinder. Tell you what, more people join Patreon here. If we can get to $50 a month on Patreon, then I can be buying a $50 tool every month to review. Think about it like that. Right now, I think we're at like $20-some per month, $25 or something, which is great. I'm not complaining, but that's basically my limit per month for buying tools right now. They did put the first HUD. Well, I don't know if it was the first, but one of the first widely recognized HUDs was in a caddy, yeah. Lawrence, $2 with the super chat. Woohoo! Super chat. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. The bear's messing up. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Thank you, Lawrence. You rock. You're awesome. Setting the example for others to follow. You guys are great. Oh, that's cool. Craig, do a video on that. I'd love to see that setup on the tiller, putting that horizontal shaft engine on that. That's a good call. Preferred screw bit, Torx, Phillips, Torx by far. I love Torx. All the wood screws I use, they're all Torx. Phillips used to be great, flat, square. It's hard to find square stuff. Square usually works fairly well, actually, when you can find it. But in the States, you don't find square head screws and stuff very often. I'm gonna have to do that. Search for that angle grinder to chop saw. Oh, wow. It is literally a chop saw. Oh, that is so cool. You know what? That gives me an idea. So I've got a review that I've been sitting on, and I've been trying to figure out a cool way to do this video because I'm really excited about it. Let me see if I can find this. Somebody makes this thing, and oh, come on. Google's gonna start making me spout like what's his name, AVE. I'm gonna have to start screaming my head off like him. All right, let's see if I can pull this up here. Window, there it is. It's a, come on. It's an adapter that turns your angle grinder into a chainsaw. There it is right there. An 11.5 inch chainsaw. And I have this thing. I have it. It's sitting in my shop right now. And I just keep meaning to do the video on it. And other things keep coming up. And I got this idea about this wild video. But it may take too much to put it together just to have some fun with it. But I'm really looking forward to that. So maybe I can do a cool angle grinder, series of videos. Would I review and send it back? Tools? No, probably not, man. That would cost as much. Sending power tools is expensive. You know, if you can find a cheap way to do it, then yeah, I would. That's right. You tell them, Joel. No freeloaders. Unless you're broke like me. Converting your Phillips to hex on your bike. I would too. I try to use hex every time I can. How do you not have debit or a credit card? I think, can you use PayPal? I don't know. I don't know how you survive in the 20th century without a debit card at least. Paul Angeli? I'm sorry, man. I keep messing up people's last names, I know. But Paul comes here with the $2 super chat. Woo! Super chat. I still need to get a bell. I need to get a super chat bell, like a ring. Like in the bar when you tip somebody. Hey, I can do the happy bear dance. Happy bear dance. Woo! Hey. Thank you, Paul. You rock. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Doesn't Grizzly make an ankle grinder stand that turns into chop saw for $30? Grizzly might, but I just found one online. It's for about $30 also. It looks like it's a, if Grizzly has it, they probably just OEM it from other people. Personal project advice 101. Any levels, you know, if you're a Patreon member, even at the $1, you know, I'm happy. I'm always happy to help. You know, it just, you know, shoot me an email, red@red-beard.com, and I will spend as much time as I can helping you out. Cash is king. PayPal's good. Yeah, PayPal. I'm not a huge PayPal fan, but you got to use it if you do a lot of stuff online. You just got to do it. Buy Google gift cards at the Family Dollar. Hey guys, here's where you buy gift cards. I've been meaning to do a video on this one also. Gift card granny. And well, that didn't show up well, did it? Let me see if I can fix it so you can see what I'm looking at here. Gift card granny. So this place, you see the bear over the top there? So Gift Card Granny is a website that allows you to buy gift cards. It's a was it an I can't remember. It's a clearinghouse. It lets you. They don't sell anything themselves. They send you to other sites that then sell stuff. But like, watch this. If I go over here to Gift Card Granny and I type in Home Dustpot, it gives me Home Depot here, and I gotta come over here, pull this up so you can see what I'm looking at here. And there you go. We click on save. So someone's selling one on eBay right now. Those vary, but basically it's $109. The card's worth $109. The price is $75. You're saving $26, but that's if it actually gets sold. So these are the eBay ones. Here, Card Cookie has it for 4%. Okay, now you're like, well, you know, 4%. Well, who cares about that? Dude, when you're looking at doing big purchases, like we're going to buy a new, dishwasher here in a little bit. So here's how we stack our savings. So we go and we get one of those like 10% off store-wide cards. You go to the post office and say you're changing your address, and they give you this packet with all these coupons in it. And usually one of them is for Home Depot or Lowe's or something. And they'll have one of these store-wide cards that's good for 10% off of any one purchase. So you snag yourself one of those. Then you go to the store and you figure out what you want to buy. And you go to Gift Card Granny and you find for that store and you buy enough cards to equal that amount. So if you say, but you know, 4% off of $400 is, you know, it starts adding up. And then on top of that, we like to buy, you know, an open box or everything else. So like that Delta saw that I like that they sell at Lowe's, I helped someone buy one of those. It was selling new for $550. He walked home with it for $360 by stacking those kind of savings. Anytime our family does any kind of major purchases, we go to Gift Card Granny first and find a discount gift card, I've seen them 10 and 20% at times. All right, I'll stop lecturing the gift card granny. But you see, the bear brings you the savings. Yeah, he does. PayPal's being sued. Big companies are always getting sued. But yeah, PayPal probably deserves it. They do some shady stuff. And it's really hard to be a seller like on eBay and Etsy because people can just basically say, I didn't get what I was told I got, and you don't have any other choice other than to accept the return. Buy Visa gift cards at Walmart with cash. Yeah, that's one way to do stuff. You need a hard hat with ear protectors built in for lawn and tree care. Any brand recommendations? I don't do much with hard hats, and the only ear protection I use is for shooting, so I can't really help you out with that one. I'll try and take a look at it, though, but I haven't. I'll ask we have a guy who comes here and does the yard work around here. It was part of the deal when we rented the house. She provided lawn care, which was fine by me. We'll have to see. I'll ask him, see what he uses. Noob? Noob what? Are you saying you're a noob? Are we playing video games here? Are we getting pwned? All right. It's 56 minutes. You got 4 minutes left. Got any questions? Any other comments? Any super chats you want to slip in there? See, this is why that bear hates bacon. I hate it. That's why everyone just, $1 a month over on Patreon, and the bear will shut up about it. Oh, sorry, just had to grab a drink. Are we still live here? People still talking? All right, well, if there's no other question or anything, I think we'll cut it short a little bit this week. What's going on here? Oh, wow. My feed got held up. Woohoo! What is going on here? Edgar's the man. Jack, you guys rock. You guys are awesome. Hope and pray the codes work. No, Tony, as far as the stuff, those companies, they guarantee your money back. I only buy from sites that do that. So I've been purchasing through those gift cards for years, and I have not once ever had a problem. Not once. And I probably spent $5,000 buying used gift cards. Or gently used, I should say. Yeah. Ring a ding ding for chats. Woohoo! He's saying I'm a noob. Yeah, well. Everyone's got something to say. Later, everyone, Gary. The right to bear arms. I'm thinking about doing a gun channel. My favorite gun, I'm an FN. As far as pistols, I'm an FN guy. I like the FN 9s. Rifles and stuff. For bolt action, I like Savage. I'm scrolled down. Did I not do something right? All right, I'm scrolled down. Do you have a subscriber goal? No, and that's the other thing. Somebody, accused me of I'm just doing it for subs and everything. I would much rather have a small subscriber base that is an active and thriving community where people comment and they help each other rather than being like Casey Neistat with 6 million people. Because he can't interact with any of those people. How much fun can that be? I mean, yeah, he makes good money and stuff, but I've made lots of money in my life. I worked in the .com industry when it all started. I've had loads of cash thrown at me. And I found that basically, once you pare things down, you live a simple life. You don't need to make that much money to be happy. I would much rather have a small community of people who are really, really invested in the community and helping each other out and having fun and learning than having a huge user base where I don't know who everybody is. Metrics is better. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm all metric if I could be. I hate SAE. Yeah, I think the United States is being a little pig-headed on that one. Jason K. Don't worry about it, Joe, man. We'll figure it out. Just like and, maybe share. That's good enough. All right, guys. Navy Reserves. Casey's a troll. Yeah. Yeah. He kind of looks like one. That's the reason he wears those sunglasses. I know, that wasn't nice of me to say. But, I'm a bear. What can who can judge me? Channel suggestions for other DIY projects, stuff you need, helpful channels. Yeah, man. If anybody wants to, send any questions or comments, suggestions, you can post it below, or you can send me an email directly at red-beard.com. That's red@red-beard.com. I'm DeBear. I'm out. The drill press base cabinet. No, that's coming up. I promise. I have not forgotten. It's in the queue. It's come up here shortly. All right, guys. You guys have a good evening. Take care. Shine on.